Well, it's month 5, and things have been a little bit different. I think you can kind of see from the color of the Anki graph here, where it's a lot brighter and it's gotten a lot darker. Um, I haven't quit Anki, right? Like the streak is still going, but I stopped learning new cards completely. Basically, I think there was I just like started feeling really overwhelmed, and I knew I really don't want to just like quit. Like I feel like that will really hurt. So I just cut the new cards, just been doing reviews. I think this month, school really kicked into full gear. I have a lot of personal stuff going on, um, and Korean just took a backseat, which is okay. I mean, I think it does kind of like I think this month it really felt like yeah, like I am never gonna reach a really high level, at least in like any reasonable or reasonably close time. Like that's just not happening. Like I think it's cool the level I'm at, right? It's like still pretty beginner, extremely beginner, but um yeah, we're not going to be reaching advanced anytime soon. So, besides doing just my reviews, and we can look at the stats a bit more in detail. If we go to my collection here, and I'm sorry the UI is so big. Um, so, if we look at the reviews, yeah, you can see just around 20 days ago, I just kind of stopped. Uh, and it's even with it stopping, and I'm spending like 10 minutes a day, not even 5, 10 minutes, it still feels like a chore. Um, where I was spending like 30 minutes, sometimes like an hour, um, a long time ago. I think like I'm definitely at the point where Anki is still would be helpful. Absolutely. There is still so much vocabulary to learn. But I'm absolutely at the point where I have a strong enough foundation where I could get by with only immersion from now on. Like Anki would be a great supplement, but absolutely I'm at the point where really how much I learn is just a factor of how much content I'm watching. So what content have I been watching? Well, I've been watching drama. So I pulled up my YouTube history on my Korean account here, and we can see that what I would do is every night before I go to bed, I just watch a new episode of Best Mistake, and you can see I just every night. There's some nights where I forgot, but most nights, just before I went to bed, I'd watch one episode. Now you might be thinking, Reimers, 20 minutes is not that much immersion, and you would be right. If we look at here, so we kind of gave up on the reading. This, like I'm basically doing right now, and the grammar, I just canceled my Talk to Me in Korean subscription just for now because I have not been doing it. Um, I feel like I just I think I just need to or the content I've been watching, like these dramas, I'm able to understand them. Like not as much as I'd like. Like there are still times when I'll be watching and there will be a really crucial character moment, and I'll turn on the subs because I like get attached to the story, and I feel like that's really a crutch. Because I tell myself like, oh, I'm only going to do it for the important parts, but it's really, really a crutch. But I think, I am still able to follow along, which is pretty cool. And I think, 20 minutes a day, obviously, you're not going to be making much progress. I do think it's enough to where I'm not like regressing, right? Like, I put in a good amount of time into this. I don't want to completely regress. But, I think I've just accepted kind of where I'm at in life right now. Don't have definitely multiple hours a day to be spending on Korean, which is fine. I think, kind of goals for next month, just kind of sticking with bare minimum is just doing like the 5-10 minutes of Anki reviews and, for sure watching an episode of the drama with no subs. And, maybe if things change with kind of school and stuff, we can try to build up more. I think like obviously, like I have the time. I think it's just like a priority thing. Um, and yeah, so I think that's where we're at. Probably not going to be fluent. I mean, we were never going to be fluent, but we're probably not even going to be close to fluent, probably ever. But I still like, just genuinely, I am happy with where I'm at. Like, I think, if you had watched my first video, um, I think, you know, the Refold talks about, they say 5,000 words was 100 hours of immersion. And that's probably like, you probably understand, like, maybe let's go just arbitrary number, like 70-80% of the shows. Like, I'm at like 50% of the shows. And for me, like, I do feel like that's enough point where the language can kind of become fun, right? Where I can like watch content that I'm kind of understanding and able to enjoy without subtitles. And so I do feel like part of me has kind of accomplished the goal I set out, which is just reach that kind of level, which again is much higher than anything I'd done before with language. So, even if I quit now, I'd be really happy with what I was able to do. But I think, just kind of sticking along with the bare minimum really here, and kind of see what happens. So I am kind of sorry if people have been following along and hoping to see more progress, because I definitely think the last couple months have really slowed, right? So if I had really been kind of studying more, maybe these updates would be more interesting than me just saying, I kind of slacked off for another month. We're kind of in the same spot. So I know that's not as interesting to watch, but I do think this is a realistic part of language learning, which is that motivation kind of comes and goes. And, sometimes we make big progress, lots of progress in a month. Sometimes we don't make lots of progress in a month. And so, yeah, I think if you guys, we got like a little bit of increase in viewership. I think one of the videos has like 30 or 40 views. I think we're up to 3 subscribers now. So if you're following along, I really appreciate it. And, I'll see you guys in a month. All right. For 6 months, half a year. So again, thank you so much, and bye.